Good afternoon, students. In the last class, we had studied about carbohydrates. So I am going to teach you biomolecules. In the biomolecules, we had studied about carbohydrate. In the carbohydrate, we had studied what is carbohydrate, what are its types, how it will be classified. So first of all, I am going to revise that carbohydrate part, and after that, I will tell you about protein. Okay. So what is the carbohydrate? It is the compound or a molecule which on the hydrolysis gives polyhydroxyaldehyde or polyhydroxy ketone. Okay. So what is the functional group in the carbohydrate? That is either aldehyde or ketone. This carbohydrate is classified on the basis of the first of all on the basis of hydrolysis. It gets classified into three types, that is monosaccharide, oligosaccharide, and polysaccharide. Okay, so what is monosaccharide? They further doesn't undergo hydrolysis. Oligosaccharide, on the hydrolysis, it gives 2 to 10 molecule of monosaccharide. Okay, here it is a basic unit which doesn't undergo hydrolysis. In the polysaccharide, what happened? This polysaccharide undergoing, it will undergo hydrolysis. It gives more than 10 number of monosaccharide. So that this one classification is based on the hydrolysis. Next one, that is based on the number of carbon atom. Third one, based on functional group. And last one is based on the test. Okay. So on the base of number of carbon atoms, it will get classified into many types. One is, suppose it contains 3 number of carbon atoms, then we will call it as triose. 4, it will be tetrose. 5 number of carbon atom, pentose. 6, hexose, and 7, heptose. Okay. After that, come to the next one, that is on the basis of functional group, carbohydrate be divided into 2 parts. One is on the basis of aldehyde and another one is ketone. If your compound contains aldehyde, such type of compound we call aldose. And if your compound contains ketone as a functional group, that time that will be ketose. Okay. So this is all about functional group. After that, come to the next one, that is test. On the basis of test, it will get classified into 2 types. One is sugar and another one is non-sugar. So what is the difference between sugar and non-sugar? Sugar is sweet in taste and soluble in water, whereas this non-sugar are tasteless and they are insoluble in water. Okay, so they are, whereas this sugar is crystalline in nature, non-sugar is it is amorphous in nature. After the classification of carbohydrate, we had studied about 2 monosaccharides, that is glucose and fructose. In that, we had studied the structure of glucose on the basis of chain structure of glucose, Fischer structure of glucose, and Hubbard structure of glucose. After that, we had studied that fructose. In the same manner, we had studied the chain structure of fructose, Fischer structure of fructose, and Hubbard structure of fructose. After completing monosaccharide, we had studied disaccharide. In the disaccharide, we had seen the examples: lactose, second maltose, third one sucrose. Hope so you will remember these things. So in the lactose, it having 2 monosaccharides, which will, in the lactose, one contain glucose and another one is galactose. So first one is galactose. That galactose should be beta galactose plus glucose, where maltose contains same unit but same monosaccharide, that is it having two molecules of glucose. In sucrose there is one glucose and another one is fructose. This is all about what? This is all about disaccharide. After completing disaccharide, we had learned that polysaccharide. In the polysaccharide, we had studied the many number of polysaccharide. From that, first one is starch. In the starch, there are two types. First one is amylose and another one is aminopectin. Okay. Second one is cellulose and third one is glycogen. Okay. So this is all about polysaccharide. After completing this carbohydrate part, today we will study about protein. Okay. So this protein, what is meant by protein, where it is found. Okay. So keep it in your mind. This protein is nitrogenous compound and it is required to our body. It is very, very important to our body to make us healthy and grow the organs or body properly. Okay. So come to the next one, that is protein. So what is protein? They are nitrogenous compound which on the hydrolysis gives alpha amino acid. Okay. So this protein word is derived from the Greek word that is proteose. So what is meant by proteose? That means it means prime important. Prime important. So what is meant by prime important? It means it is very, very important for our body. And keep it in your mind, whenever protein undergo hydrolysis, it gives alpha amino acid. I am repeating, it gives alpha amino acid. There are different types of amino acid like alpha amino acid, beta amino acid, gamma amino acid and delta amino acid. Okay, but whenever you do the hydrolysis of protein, it will give you only alpha amino acid. So now you have that question, what is meant by amino acid? So let me clear that one. So amino acid, its name only give you idea that contain one amino group and another one is acid group. So I will tell you with one example. So see here, this is your glycine. It is also one of the amino acid. So see here, in this compound, it contains basic group as well as acid group. Okay, so that's why this is amine group and this is a carboxylic acid group. So its name only suggests that compound contains one amine group and one acid group. Okay, so up to now we know 20 alpha amino acid. How many? 20 amino acids. Okay, so how you will differentiate what is meant by alpha amino acid, what is beta amino acid? So let me tell you that alpha, beta, gamma, delta amino acid get classified or represent on the basis of position of amine group with respect to the carboxylic acid. Let me tell you that the position of this amine group with respect to the carboxylic acid group. So see here, this alpha carbon atom attached to the amine group. Okay, so this amino acid will be alpha amino acid. Okay, come to the next one. Another example. Now this amino group is attached to beta carbon atom. See, this is your alpha carbon atom, this is your beta carbon atom. So it will be the beta amino acid. In the same manner, if your amine group is attached to gamma carbon atom, it will be gamma amino acid. This is alpha, beta and this is gamma. So your amine group is attached to the gamma carbon atom. It means what? It is gamma amino all about amino acids. So see here one more thing. This amino acid contain basic group as well as acidic group. So these amino acids are behave like amphoteric in nature. What is meant by amphoteric nature? When the compounds show both acidic and basic properties, such type of compounds are called amphoteric compounds. So these amino acids are amphoteric in nature. Okay. After knowing this, what is amino acids, come to the classification of amino acids. So these amino acids get classified on the basis of its structure, on the basis of its on the basis of its biological importance, and on the basis of its nature. Okay. So see the classification. So amino acid get classified into three parts. One is on the basis of nature, on the basis of structure, another one on the basis of biological importance. So see here students, there are 20 amino acids. What I said, there are 20 amino acids are existing in our nature. Okay, so and the list of that amino acid they had given in your textbook, so you can refer there only. Okay, let us study the classification of amino acids. On the basis of nature, amino acids get classified into three parts. One is acidic amino acid, basic amino acid, third one is neutral amino acid. Okay, in the acidic amino acid, how you can differentiate which one is acidic amino acid, which one basic, and which one is neutral amino acid. So let me clear you. When your compound contains both equal number of acid and base, when the amino acid contains equal number of acid and base, then it will be the neutral amino acid. So the example of, I will tell you one example how it will get differentiate. You will understand by taking one example. So see the example, glycine. So in the glycine, it contains one amine group and one acidic group. So they make balance equal to each other. This one is acid and this one is a base. So the number of acid and base is similar or equal. So that's why it is, this amino acid is neutral. Whereas this acidic amino acid and basic amino acid get differentiated on the basis of number of amino group and acidic group. Suppose if your compound contains more number of basic group, then it will be basic amino acid. And suppose your compound contains more number of acidic group, then it will be acidic amino acid. So example of acidic amino acid is aspartic acid, basic amino acid is glycine, and neutral amino acid is glycine. This is all about on the basis of nature classification of amino acid. Come to the next one, that is structure of amino acid, or on the basis of structure of amino acid, how it will get classified. On the basis of structure, again it will get classified into three parts. One is aliphatic, another one is aromatic, and third one is heterocyclic. On the basis of the structure of compound, they will be classified like this. If I said my amino acid is aliphatic, means what? The both ends of the chain should be open. So see the structure of glycine, it is like this. So see here, the both ends are open. So such type of amino acids are called alpha amino acids. Where the if your compound contain one benzene ring like this, if your compound contain one benzene ring, such type of amino acids are called aromatic amino acids. The example of aromatic amino acid is triosine. This triosine is obtained from cheese, so that's why we call it as triosine. So one thing I want to tell you, which I had forget, that the naming of this amino acid is based on trivial name. So what is meant by trivial name? That is also I had told you in the first year. Trivial name means what? The name is given based on its source as well as the source from which it is obtained, or the properties are similar like that. On the basis of that only they give the name to the amino acid. So this triosine is obtained from cheese. In the Greek word triosine means cheese. So on the basis of that they given this name triosine. The example of aliphatic amino acid is glycine. Aromatic triosine. And heterocyclic, in the heterocyclic, that amino acid contain one heterocyclic atoms. The heterocyclic elements which are those sulfur, oxygen and nitrogen. Suppose any one of the heterocyclic or heteroatoms contained in that ring, such type of compounds are called heterocyclic aromatic compound. The example of heterocyclic aromatic compound is perlene. So this is all about classification of amino acids on the basis of structure. Come to the next one, that is biological important. On the basis of biological important, amino acids are classified into two parts. One is essential and another one is non-essential. So what is meant by essential? The amino acids which cannot synthesize by our body, but they must be required our body. Such type of amino acids are called essential amino acids. The example of essential amino acid is lysine, histidine, etc. Okay, histidine mainly present in the DNA. Okay, after that come to the non-essential. In the non-essential means what? They cannot be synthesized inside our body. We will take that non-essential amino acid from our food. Okay, and the requirement of that amino acid is not that much compared to the essential amino acid. So the example of non-essential amino acid is glycine. So this is all about classification of amino acid. Next we will study the properties of amino acid, but it will be take in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.